I mean, so the video that I published, at the end of the day, a lot of the changes I would have liked to seen in between the Pact of Punishment and the God Keepsakes, they just are not going to happen most likely, and that's okay. That's actually okay. It's not a big deal at the end of the day. This is problems for people that want to keep playing the game past like a crazy amount of hours, right? And there just comes a point where you can't really accommodate those players besides simply updating the game on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? All right, so the big question for this setup that we got going on here anyway is, should damage control be on or off? And I'm not sure. So if we wanted to create a baseline heat level that could work for all the aspects, or at least relatively, there's still going to be some that are better than others. You can't really do anything about that. Then you'd probably want to turn damage control off. But there's some things there, like it's kind of cool to have to think about damage control when you're starting out the run. But then there are just some builds that are, there are some aspects that are just going to be so garbo with the damage control on. Like you're just going to be at such a huge deficit when you start. Namely like Arthur and I don't know, something like Zagbo, you know what I mean? But technically, you could probably do it. It would just be harder than some aspects, you know what I mean? Yeah, Hestia. I think the odds are okay on that. So this is Beowulf we're starting with. Flood Flare. I guess I should double check the mirror. Yeah, you definitely want Infernal. Need God's Legacy. As long as they don't scam me out of the Mirage shot again this time. Oh my god, what a nightmare that was.
Okay, let's get this.
I forget how many chances we had, but it was ridiculous. Oh. Oh.
Let's go, Aegis.
84, that sounds about right, right? So what's new with your weekends? It's so hot, it's muggy, it's disgusting out around here. It's been gross, I tell you. And you got these heat records going across the US, right? Like Nevada's gonna hit a new record of like 130 something Fahrenheit. Something crazy like that. Man, that room took forever. That one guy, what's up? Thank you for the 3 months. Ooh, epic. Hey, Sharky. Great vid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Started playing Odyssey. Pretty cool. I can't keep track of, like, which Assassin's Creed is which. Like, if you had asked me what the last one that came out was, I probably would have said Black Flag. Ooh, Ares, not good. Yo, the Zang! What's up? Thank you for those 33 months. I've never touched an Assassin's Creed game. I've never really seen one played. I don't really know what goes on in those games, but I've seen quite a few trailers because those are like everywhere. Oh my god, what is with these chambers right now? Oh, this looks bad, chat. They just don't stop. Holy shit, that was only like chamber 3. Am I okay with the attack here? It's kind of spicy, but it is an epic attack. It does enable Curse of Drowning, which is no way. There's no way we go for that, right? I still take more Poseidon boons. I don't think you can get Mirage and Curse of Drowning, but this is one of those facts I can never seem to remember. There's no way Curse of Drowning is a good idea, right, chatties? They wouldn't offer it to me right here. I knew it. Yeah, we'll take an Epic Shoals. Okay. That's pretty strong. Do 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 do. Okay, that's pretty good. There was a well here. These rooms went a little bit better. Ooh, it's very nice. Need some palms or something here. Do 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 do. We'll buy the palm. Not interested in Dio. Money, okay. Haven't done a Beowulf run in a long time. If it were up to me, I'd probably only play like Hera, Beowulf, and yeah, that's it. One of the comments on the YouTube video was that they really wanted better weapon variety in the game. And Hades 2 over Hades 1. And they said, yeah, there's, you know, 6 weapons, 4 aspects, but I only played 3 or 5 of them. It's just like, wait a minute. You're saying that there wasn't enough variety, but then you only played 3 or 5 of the 24. It's confusing. Okay, then. I guess. Ooh, this is kind of tough. Sonnet, what's up? Thank you for those egg-mas. Egg, 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 egg. The weapon variety is good. I mean, you can make the argument that some of the aspects are too weak. I mean, the Zag aspects are fine, I actually think. They're meant to be cheap and not necessarily more powerful than other aspects. You know what I mean? I don't think... Like, some people think that the Zag aspects should be just as good as the others, but I don't really think that. There's some aspects I don't really like playing, but I mean, they tend to be... Every single aspect has someone's favorite out there. I guess you'd probably want to do Athena here. I mean, we already got Shoals and everything. Might be some of the attack. Bounce and hammers. Yeah, I agree to that. That is tough, though, I think. I think that one is tough. Because you kind of need some bad choices out there. You need some choices to be kind of be bad. You know what I mean? Maybe not like straight up bad, but you need things that will be stronger than others.
Let's see what else.
You can't. Not everything can be viable, because then that means your choice potentially doesn't matter. Now you could get like extra crazy with it and be like, well, the choice matters depending on like, I don't know, the weapon aspect or the boons you're trying to use. It's like that could be true, and that's already kind of the case sometimes. But I don't know. It is very tough. Not bad, but situational. Yeah. I mean, in what situation is Dash Nova good? Right? That's the big question. Hey, dude. So I think there's some example of hammers out there that trick players into thinking they're going to be useful, but they just kind of aren't. Like Cruel Thrust on the sword. You wouldn't really guess this unless... Oh, thank God, we needed this.
Good enough to eat.
You wouldn't really guess that it's bad, because it actually sounds good when you read it. I feel like that palm is a little greedy. You don't want things to be better or worse, just different. I don't think we buy Afro, but then what do I sell? The attack? Maybe the attack. Do I really go for hyper sprint with this? Now that's greedy. Are max heat runs not fun? Dude, they're not possible to complete. How do you decide if a heat is fun or not? Well, one way is to whether or not you're playing with the approval process on. Bad hammers got put in because they were wacky, encourage an interesting style of play. Do 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 do. Hey Ness. The way aspects interact with the heat, i.e. damage control, is horrible for Hestia and no problem for Eris. I think that's okay technically, because they want you to think about, like, let's say you're trying to complete 32 heat, you have to decide how to use the pact and where you're going to put the heat to accomplish 32 heat, and that's not going to be the same across all the aspects. There is no like one solution to it. You like that? Yeah. So that's good. That's a good. I think that actually damage control is one of the more interesting packs because you can't just necessarily always have it on, but sometimes it's beneficial to have it on, and etc. etc. It could be like, I actually cut this from the video, but I was thinking of mentioning how I kind of want a baseline difficulty in the game that isn't just like 0 heat or something like that. Because obviously, once you max out your save file from the mirror and the aspects, 0 heat is just, you know, incredibly easy. Now you could say, okay, then do 32 heat. But then that kind of coincides with the problem, well, every single 32 heat run is going to start with Athena's keepsake. And so that just kind of becomes like, I don't know. Doom. Like the option to pass on the hammer selections if you hate all the options. They could introduce many more hammer options, but give you the ability to pass on them, maybe. And you get way more hammers, potentially. I don't know. That's getting, like, elaborate. We'd have to think pretty hard about it. What's up, Biggles? I think I'm willing to roll this once. Okay, we got the sprint. I don't think I want Afro.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
Ready, sister.
How they'll handle having more gods right now, a pool of 4 feels about right. Yeah, a lot of people probably wouldn't even notice, like, the existence of a god pool, right? That was weird. They probably don't even realize that once you see 4 gods, that's kind of it.
Not yet. I got to hurry it up. Not now.
A little tough on the time. Escape with all weapons, 15 and 20 heat range. I use 17 heat as a goof off range these days. That sounds about right for anyone who's played like a good amount. In Slay the Spire, you're allowed to skip. I think I would love to have Hades 2 have that same kind of,
Don't worry, won't be long.
like, such infinite possibilities that a game like Slay the Spire has. But I just don't know if that's a reasonable thing, or if it's like a good thing even, potentially. Uh-oh. I like Razor Shoals. Roll and pray they let me sell the attack?
Not what I need right now.
Okay. I mean, the attack wasn't bad, so maybe that was weird, but...
Okay.
The truth is, a lot of the things I listed, they're not really problems with Hades 1, except for maybe Hell Mode thing. Even then, I wouldn't even describe that as a problem, just like a oddity. They're not really problems with the game, but they're things that a player who has played for thousands of hours would like to see differently. So, at the end of the day, we're not solving problems. We're simply trying to look for ways to almost increase the long-term appeal of it. Hades is obviously a very popular game, and you can get a lot of playtime out of it. And maybe just the best solution that we could ask for is things like free updates, downloadable content, etc. Maybe that should have been like the bigger ask in a sense. Yeah, we'll take the Herms. We'll take that Herms. Yo, Fleer! What's up? Thank you for those 11 months.
Yes.
Modular upgrade system like Monster Train so that every run you can create unique combos. Modular. I think I know what you mean. I haven't played Monster Train in a hot minute, but... Okay, we got Than, so that's good. The truth is, if they just simply made Hades 1 again, but with different boons, different weapons, and pretty much everything else was the same, I'd be pretty happy. I stand by the whole hell mode thing. It's just weird, right? Hell mode's weird, right? I think they had an idea for it, but everyone hated it. I'm not positive about this, but can y'all confirm or deny this about hell mode? I feel like when it first got introduced, the idea was actually that you could not decrease the heat. Like, let's say you've cleared up the 20 heat on a weapon. You couldn't actually decrease it below 20. I feel like that was kind of in the game, but I'm not sure. I'm not positive. All right, we roll for rush delivery. Ooh, running low here. Please? Uh-oh. I don't think I spend my last roll. That's not good, chat. Recent job posting mean we're getting close. As much as I wish I could decipher that and say that it means XYZ, it doesn't really mean anything. Do I buy Zeus and make a 5-god pool? I kind of don't have much to sell. So what could have hell mode been? What could have hell mode been? What could they have done? I think there's some big ideas that they could have done with hell mode. I mean, like big, like total rework and possibly rebalancing of like a new save file game kind of thing, which is essentially like a hardcore mode where you start a new save but it can't be like, you can't start in the same place as a original save, I think. Because then all the difficulty is at the front side of it. And if you ever die, then the save file gets bonked, right? And maybe it scales up. I think I'm just gonna need something to sell. Opposite god mode, where whenever you beat a certain heat, you take more damage at the heat forevermore. Right, and then when you die, like, that's the end of it, kind of thing. I mean, this is kind of just something that only content creators might be interested in to some degree. I don't know. Would y'all really be interested in something like that? The thing is, it has to scale up quite quickly. Because you don't want a save file to last necessarily for... You don't want the average hell mode save file to last for like 50 hours of playtime or something like that. I don't think. Maybe you do.
She'll keep me going. Moving on.
Only witches? Oh god. Could have been an endless mode. A different game modes would have been interesting. Takes a long time to grind all the unlocks. So maybe they just give you all the unlocks and you can only use hell mode if you've already beaten the game on another save, on a regular save. It could be that, and maybe you start at like 20 heat or something like that, and you can do whatever weapons you want, but if you beat 20 heat, then you have to move it up to 21. Beat 21, you have to move it up to 22, so eventually you're inevitably going to lose. You know what I mean? It's gonna be only a matter of time. This is Artemis.
I'll be looking out.
The question is does this have enough appeal for them to have implemented it? Because it's not like a simple thing, right? It's not necessarily a quick thing either. So is this worth the time? Like, would this appeal to enough players to allow it? Okay, this is it, chat. You ready? Do people even want to play that? I want to play that. I want to play that. I would love to play that, honestly. But I think the appeal is very minor. You're probably correct in that sense. What's up, Zeru? What's up, Aki? What's up, Oshimia? What's going on? Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Uh-oh. Guaranteed, chat. Guaranteed. Come on, don't scam me this time, though. What is... This game... The game's bugged. I swear to God, the game's bugged. I know it's only 2 chances so far, but I swear it's bugged. You can do heat streaks without a game mode. I guess my idea here is that I want to have a competitive nature to the game without it necessarily being using arbitrary made-up rules that's going to be hard to make other people follow, right? Like, who am I competing against right now? That's where, like, Slay the Spire comes in. There's a lot of competition around, like, win streaks and stuff like that. And it's simple, just highest difficulty in the game. Who can win the most in a row? They do have to add the rule of rotating characters, but that's it. But again, this is such a minor population of the player base. But there is something to be said about creating longevity behind people wanting to simply watch the game but not necessarily compete like that, right? Woo. Got 4 megs. $220 on the clock. That's not bad. Do. What's up, Blaze?
No more heads.
Set up the streaking community.
More.
I mean, so we did it. I did all 24 aspects in a row at 32 heat without, and I believe I totally banned God Keepsakes. Right? It's been a while now, but...
The Hydra fell to you again, did it?
We did take 1 death in the middle of it. Or kind of early on, I think.
The gods won't mind.
Kinda. No Poseidon, no Artemis. I guess we do the tooth in case. The God Keepsakes definitely make it easier. Athena's dash makes it easier. In-game leaderboards and stuff tend to be hard to get right. Yeah, because there's like the kids with the hex editor or whatever that just hack it and stuff. It's tough. If I were streaking 50 heat, I would probably allow Godspeed. Well, yeah, if you're going up to 50, then it's probably that's fine for the most part. But then, like, that's the thing. It's hard to arrive on a number that should be standard for this. For the seasoned players, 32 heat is almost too easy. But 50 is too hard. And if you go to 40, I mean, again, it kind of comes down to there's no baseline difficulty. It depends on the aspect. It depends on the number of heat, which heats you use, like so many different things. Ooh, charge shot. No. No.
Shield grows stronger.
But yeah, Slay the Spire has been kept alive partially by these kinds of communities, right? Not that, like, it's a bad game to play or anything like that, but I think it's helped a lot. But obviously, this is one game in the roguelike genre, and it's not easy to get right. Definitely take that. Probably no to the Chaos Gate. Yeah, I'm going to say no. What's up, Keely? Do. How much longevity do you expect from a game is the question. So, I mean, Hades has way more than what a game needs to be considered worth the price. Like, probably 10 times more content than what it technically needs to be worth the price, in a sense, right? And what's the incentive to make this game go from like 100 hours of possible fun replayability, which is probably what I would argue it has at the least, 100 hours pretty easily, to 1,000 hours? What's the benefit to Supergiant Games for that if there's no like paid DLC involved? There's really nothing when you think about it. Down, down, down. Bum. And that makes sense, really. I don't know, like, the Slay the Spire devs probably didn't have this in mind when they made their game either. You know what I mean? They probably didn't think that this was going to happen with their game. That it would be so competitive and people would, you know, compete for bragging rights. Oh no, come on. All right, we'll try to get an extra DD here. I'm never going to get Mirage Shot, chat. It's impossible. All right, let some of these respawn, because I got to lose my... Oh, it's not dead. All right, hit me. Spire was also not trying to achieve narrative closure. Ooh. I guess that isn't something to consider. I mean, obviously they could have still figured out something for Hades, though, in a sense, and still have a nice story. But that they would have had to, or will have to, shift some of the focus. Ooh, okay. Oh wait, what was the bet for? Reach Elysium? Was Reach Elysium this run? The answer was yes. So we have an extra DD, we have Athena's Dash, but we do not have we do not have Mirage Shot, which is a biggie. All right, place your bets. Win this run. Go this way. I don't think max heat should be like necessarily beatable, but if there was some kind of better standard for a baseline difficulty, it would be kind of nice also. And that doesn't, it shouldn't be max heat necessarily. I like that, you know, it's nary impossible without outside intervention to beat the max heat in this game. Blood Flare, very nice. There's the Chapo, which is kind of weird at this point. Artemis Poseidon, Artemis Poseidon, Artemis Poseidon, Artemis Poseidon. No! I think you buy it. Might need something to sell. So, the game would suffer if focus was taken off the story in favor of long-term replayability, at least from a company ROI view. Well, we wouldn't... I would not want them to do that, to be clear. If any sort of aspect of the game would have to suffer and hurt the overall player experience in favor of long-term playability, I probably wouldn't want that. I mean, there's a lot of questions in that, but come on. Should I buy that palm? I don't think so. I'm getting money here. I probably should have bought that palm.
Split this.
Here's the thing, though. It's been nearly 3 years since Hades 1 came out. It'll be 3 years in September since Hades 1 came out. Supergiant has never taken a full 3 years to come out with a new game. Not including, and that doesn't even include early access, which we're supposed to get. So I'm curious what's going on. There must be something kind of big or something. I don't know. Something's very interesting must be happening, though, I think. There must be something big about Hades 2 that they're doing differently or whatever that's making it take so long, I think. Probably the pandemic. Well, the pandemic hit toward the year that Hades 1 launched is the thing. Like, if you watch the No Clip documentary, it hit them and affected them, and they were all working remotely for, the last 6 months or so of development of the game. Website still says early access in early 2023. No, I'd like the only quote they've given us is simply news about Hades 2 in 2023 to come. That's all they've said. That's all they've told us. Wow. Cal, what's up? Thank you for the 7 months. So we don't know, like, early, late. I mean, obviously it's not early anymore. We just don't know. But yeah, the timeline, you know what I mean? Hades 1 early access launch about a year after their previous game. And here we are almost 3 years later, and we still don't have early access for Hades 2. So, I don't know, they must have some kind of massive plan for it, right? Like, that must be what it is. I mean, it's possible that some things just set them back, and they wanted to take a big break because they finally got kind of what I would describe as, like, a breakthrough as a studio since probably Bastion. And they were able to essentially take a break, like, and treat their employees well and stuff like that. Give them the break that they deserved. Oh, don't kill them. Oh, wait, there's eggs. Okay. Come on, man! This is bullshit. I kind of feel like I buy this. Just more shit to sell, really, and we have money. This is... I'm quite upset, chat.
Kill or be killed.
Game's rigged, baby. Short lead to Hades 1 is actually more surprising because Hades is enormous compared to the other titles. Well, when it first launched in early access, you had only 4 weapons, no weapon aspects. Obviously not a very strong story at that point in time. A lot of the character art wasn't there. A lot of characters weren't there. You were missing 1, 2, 3 of the gods, at least, I think. Lerny was the final boss. So, I guess, like, we could... The simplest takeaway is to assume that early access will be shorter for Hades 2, and we'll probably get something a bit more closer to a finished product at the start of the Hades 2 early access, right? But even then, chatties, it's a sequel, right? You would assume that a sequel would be a little bit easier to make. And this is not me being judgmental or complaining, just to be clear. I still think even given that, let's say 6 months is as short as, let's say early access is as short as 6 months. I still think we are getting like crazy late into it at this point. So that gets my hopes up that something big is planned for this game that we're possibly not foreseeing. Does that make sense?
One down, one to go.
Something that we're not accounting for potentially here. That they're going to deliver onto us. And that's going to be later today, of course, you know, chat. Number of platforms going to be greater. It was on everything last time. I mean, during early access, it's only going to be on Steam. There's no way that they're going to do more than that. I've never heard of a game studio launching an early access title that was on consoles and not just on Steam or Epic Games. 1.0, like, it's on everything besides mobile.
I dedicate this victory to you.
You think a quick 3-month early access and full release? Maybe. A bigger god pool, more time to balance. That's true. That's true. We know that there's going to be quite a few more gods in Hades 2, which means way more balancing. But that you would think that would mean they'd want to get early access rolling out, right, for us to test it. Right?
Really think you can get out of here?
You just leave the tooth on.
Purge boons.
Sell, urge to kill. It's today, chat. Well, truth be told, I'm only saying it's today because today is the 6-year anniversary of Pyre. I mean, it's today, chat, 100%. 100%. They probably wouldn't want to do it on the anniversary of another game, though, in reality, huh? Do 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 do.
Cut through Elysium.
Okay. Silk Song levels of release date cope. It's actually interesting that we haven't reached that at this point. You know what I mean? What's up, Abby? When you look at, you know what's weird? Like Hades has, I don't know, 200 something thousand followers on Twitch. Hollow Knight has like over 900,000. It's just like I can see some difference being there, but it's like that's kind of like a crazy difference. Where's Artemis? Where's Poseidon? Where are they? Timer's looking a little tight. Okay. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed, chat. I technically have 3 chances if I do that Poseidon boon too, total, here in Styx. They can't scam me 2 runs in a row. Gotta go on holiday to get the game out, right? I was thinking of tweeting, just tweet at Supergiant Games. Going on vacation for a week. Take it easy. Hopefully nothing comes out while I'm gone. That's my wink. Okay.
Not so fast.
Do. Feels weird that we still don't have any further news aside from later in 2023, which got the Blasphemous 2 devs scared since that was close to their release date. I'm willing to bet because the Silksong team came out and said we had planned it for early this year, but now we need to delay it, like the first half of 2023. We need to delay it. They would not have bothered to tell us that unless it's like a pretty strong delay, meaning I'm going to say late this year at the earliest, like holiday season this year, if I were to guess. Obviously, I am someone that has no knowledge or experience in these matters, but I feel like if they were just going to delay the game 60 days, they wouldn't have bothered to tell us. You know what I mean? Come on! Come on! No! 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 No, Artemis!
Something else.
What? Are dual boons disabled? What happened? Chat, what is going on? This doesn't even make sense.
Heading back.
I guess I have to do this now. I guess I have to do this now. I don't know. But if we don't get the sack here, we might just lose the run to tight deadline.
Not yet.
Should have taken the special for better odds. You should have taken my dick for better COD. Ah! This is it. 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 No! What is that? I don't even know. Like, is that better than Breaking Wave? I don't think it does anything, really. We have Razor Shoals. Does that mean anything? I don't think so. There goes that's all of our chances at Mirage Shot. That's it. Think about the clickbait. Ah, get the thing. Think about the clickbait, though. Poseidon Legendary saves 49 heat run? Saves, yeah, fucking right. Put the word saves in quotes. Health or Zeus? I guess, like, the call would be really strong here. Well, or you could just totally jerk me off. You can just totally take out my, you know, my little Tootsie Roll and jerk it off, I guess.
Thanks, boy.
I don't know, chat. 450. We kind of have the time, but I'm worried I'm gonna die of attrition because this fight's gonna take forever because we just don't have enough D.
It's kind of nice out here.
Come show.
Do do do. Oh, I was a little early on that. Damn. What? I don't see how that's even possible. Stop getting hit, Dan. What are the games we're looking forward to? Ember Knights comes out tomorrow, 1.0. I'll be playing it some more to see what they got. Woo! Great little game. If y'all haven't tried it. Quite Hades-like in reality.
You're bleeding, boy.
Not even bait. How did that strike my body? I was in the middle of what? Okay. Still hit me.
You're surely needed elsewhere, Megara.
I got boiling blood on.
Darkness.
No. Oh, dude, the snipage. Stop, my man. Thought I went.
Prepare.
That was a really bad phase one.
There.
Quite terrible.
I shall not fall to you again. Let's see you run from this.
Can't do that.
We got time. I gotta take it easy. Oh! Oh! Oh!
You brought this on
Uh-oh.
yourself.
My dude. My dude. Well, that was close. Usually heals now. Oh. All the time in the world, Hades. All the time in the world, I assure you.
No more.
No, 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 no.
Not yet.
Bullshit is what I say to that. No, man! I thought it was okay. Pot almost got me. I don't know.
I can still fight.
I was nervous. I was too nervous.
Can't.
Darkness.
Damn. Where is he? Please stop healing. What? Where is he?
You're trapped.
Didn't make it, chat. Wow. That was rough. That was rough. My God. I can't believe we didn't get Mirage Shot again. This time.